All aboard! Well, hello, and welcome to this edition of Shaky Hands Shed. And this time we'll be doing the Hornby Great Western 04 tank, number 101. It has nice memories for me as a kid when one of my friends, we were both into model railways, and he loaned me this one when we were kids, not this actual one. I got this off eBay in need of TLC. Cost me about £12 I think. It weren't a lot, it weren't up to 20 anyway. And it was a runner, it just needed a little bit of maintenance. A bit of a clean up, it didn't run too bad. But it's improved a little bit with clean up and maintenance. It's got missing buffers. It's got a scratch at the top of the brass dome. It's still got the nipple on there they didn't take off at the factory. Oh, mason. And anyway, they're an easy thing to split. They just clip apart. And at this point, I'm just going to give it a scrub, get rid of the dust and dirt. All I've used is washing soap and a toothbrush. And here I'm taking the motor out. Well, I've took the motor out by there. Fairly simple to take out, it's just a spring. You take the spring out that holds it down. And here, that screw underneath unscrews the motor's iron casting block underneath it. These are very, very similar to the later Smoky Jaws and everything. All very similar principles. They're a nice little engine to work on. Like, contacts are simple and self-explanatory, and if you're starting working on a loco, like this was one of the ones I ever did my homework on. It took me ages to figure it out as a kid, but that's where you start. Either that or diesels. Diesels are reasonably simple. The older diesels now though, the new ones are confusing. There's a Rubik's Cube. And what we're doing here, I'm using solver water salt and my Dremel polishing wheel to polish the crud off the wheels. I also, while we were there, polished the connecting rods. So I give most of the bright work a polish. So it looked good and it improved running as well. You don't forget the insides of the wheels, but when you do that with your Dremel, be careful you don't touch the plastic chassis. Or even better, you could put some insulation tape over the plastic chassis so you can do the insides of the wheels so you don't touch and melt it. Because there is some friction unless you use one of the slower speeds, little USB mini Dremels. They're a fantastic tool, wouldn't be without mine. And what I'm doing here is polishing the copper contacts. And whatever you do, because it's very thin copper, you only have to brush it lightly, but make sure it's going in the direction of rotation so it doesn't snatch it out your hand, because it will bend it and make a mess of it. You can bend it back, but if you don't have to in the first place. And what I'm doing here, I'm washing out the chassis with methylated spirits, getting rid of old oils and any muck in there. I'm also washing off the polish I've just used. Then I can buff it up after with a cloth. As I'm doing that, giving it a wipe over and a quick buff. And anyway, here, what I'm doing to the motor, there's not a lot you can do with these motors apart from swap them, so I give it a quick spray grease onto the worm drive, ready for it to go back in. And here, what I'm doing, I'm lubing all the points. I'm using a cocktail stick and dipping it into oil and just dipping it onto the various axles and connecting rods and everything. I want some oil in, so it makes it run nice and smooth. And there I'm putting a coupling back on that fell off. They just clip on these chassis. It's the coupling arm rather than the actual coupling bar. The coupling bar's moulded in. And there we go, we just clip the body back on. And ta-da, you're done. Not a lot to do on these little engines. And what I'm doing here, I'm putting glue into the buffer beam areas for the buffers. Dab of glue, then put the buffer in. Ta-da! Done. Done! Oh, not quite done, because that one I put it in, and it was a brand new buffer from... It was a bag of buffers, there were a few, so it's forgivable it were missed, but it were only half a buffer. It had split down the middle. And there I'm sanding the steam dome. Get rid of the factory nipple that was on top. Sanded it down, and what I'm going to do, I'm using VAO, and it's VAO brass. It's model colour, the one I'm using. It's a pretty good range, model colour. If you look at the full colour listing, they probably even have the Brunswick green, or pretty damn close to it. And there we go, looking better. Here we go. Beautiful slow running, to be honest. And it's that quick at fast running. It falls off the track with the speed. It lifts up onto two wheels, then falls over. Anyway, there's a memory of where we started. A dusty, dirty, over a Great Western 040, number 101. Missing buffers and just need grimy and everything, just in need a TLC. A cheapy eBay purchase for me to do some TLC and have another loco to my fleet. As I say, these are 10 a penny and you'll get one cheap. And they're worth having a tinker about with. They're a lovely little engine. And they look handsome, and they'll look handsome when I sort myself out a layout, which I'm intending to do with the channel. Anyway, here's where we finished up, cleaned up, touched the paint up, serviced it, put new buffers on it, and it looks the dog's danglies, really. What can you say? Anyway, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed watching, Press the subscribe button, even better. Ding the bell for notifications, and absolutely fantastic if you give me a thumbs up so others see my video. Bye for now and take care.